In everyday life, difficulties and challenges are inevitable. From work pressures, personal relationships, to larger crises, each situation offers us the opportunity to cultivate ourselves. Welcome to the Stoic Lessons channel. This is a place where we explore profound life philosophies and valuable lessons for personal development together. Through our videos, you will find inspiring stories, essential skills to face challenges, and mindsets that help you live a meaningful life. In this video, we will explore how to learn to accept and face difficulties. Let's embark on a journey of self-discovery and create positive changes in our lives together. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the latest insights. And now, let's get started. The philosophy of Stoicism was developed around the 3rd century BC by Greek philosophers such as Zeno of Citium and later expanded by renowned thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism is not just a philosophical system but also a way of life and a method for confronting difficulties and challenges in life. Stoic thinking teaches us to accept what we cannot change and to control ourselves rather than trying to change our circumstances. The goal of Stoicism is not to avoid emotions or detach oneself from life, but to learn to master emotions and the mind to deal with all difficulties calmly and rationally. Stoicism emphasizes that life is always full of challenges and obstacles. But instead of viewing them negatively, we should see them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This philosophy posits that happiness does not come from avoiding suffering but from the ability to face it with calmness and courage. The Stoic philosophy is based on several fundamental principles that help us learn to accept and confront difficulties. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the ability to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. This concept is emphasized by the philosopher Epictetus in his work, The Enchiridion. What we can control includes our thoughts, emotions, actions, and decisions. Conversely, what lies beyond our control includes events that occur in life, the reactions of others, as well as natural circumstances like the weather, illness, and death. Stoicism teaches that we should not overly concern ourselves with things we cannot control. Instead of worrying, being disappointed, or fearful, we should focus on how we respond to those events. This is how we maintain calmness and clarity in all situations. Another aspect of Stoic thinking is the acceptance of fate. Stoics believe in the concept of amor fati, love of fate. This means not only accepting everything that happens in life but also viewing it as an inevitable part of the journey. Every difficulty and challenge we encounter can be an opportunity to learn and grow. To apply this mindset in our daily lives, we need to be grateful for the present, even when facing difficulties. Instead of complaining or wishing life were different, Stoics learn to appreciate the good things they have and recognize that even in adversity, there are always valuable lessons to be learned. For Stoics, virtue is the core of a happy and meaningful life. Virtue in Stoic thinking encompasses not only personal ethics but also wisdom, courage, justice, and self-restraint. Every action and decision in life should be directed toward practicing these virtues. Living a virtuous life does not mean avoiding all difficulties, but learning to face them honorably and rightly. Stoics do not shy away from suffering or failure but see them as opportunities to develop virtue and become stronger in spirit. Stoics consider self-control to be one of the most important qualities for facing difficulties. Life often does not go as we wish, and those who succeed in accepting that are typically the ones who can control themselves, managing their emotions, desires, and reactions to unexpected events. Patience is an essential part of self-control. In Stoic thinking, patience is not just the ability to wait but the ability to wait positively, without complaining or feeling disappointed about the current situation. This is a tool that helps us confront difficulties without losing balance and maintaining an optimistic spirit. If you find these interesting and useful, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest knowledge. Let's continue together. Accepting and facing difficulties through Stoic philosophy. To face difficulties with a Stoic mindset, the first step is to have a clear awareness of the situation you are encountering. Facing difficulties does not mean denying or ignoring their existence. Instead, Stoics advise us to identify challenges clearly and without excessive emotion. Once you have acknowledged the difficulty, the next step is to analyze it logically. You might ask questions like, is this difficulty within my control? If I can't change the circumstances, how can I change my response? What lesson can this difficulty teach me? By approaching difficulties calmly and objectively, we can reduce the negative impact they may have. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Difficulties do not lie in events, but in the way we perceive them." It is our mindset and attitude that ultimately determine how we experience challenges. Focusing on one's actions and reactions. In any difficult situation, the only thing we can truly control is our actions and responses. Stoics believe that rather than expending energy trying to change circumstances, we should focus on mastering our behavior and thoughts. For example, when faced with a failure at work, instead of blaming ourselves or external circumstances, Stoics would focus on how they can learn from that failure and find ways to move forward. What matters is not the failure itself, but how we confront that failure. Stoicism also encourages us not to be overly influenced by our emotions when facing difficulties. Instead of letting anger, worry, or fear control our actions, we should train ourselves to master our emotions, keeping our minds alert and calm, accepting all outcomes. One important lesson from Stoic philosophy is to learn to accept all outcomes, whether good or bad. Stoics do not attempt to control the outcomes of every situation but accept that there are factors beyond their control. What matters is that they have done their best and maintain a peaceful mind regardless of the results. When facing difficulties, accepting that we cannot always control everything can help alleviate pressure and anxiety. This does not mean giving up, rather, it is about focusing on doing our best within our capabilities and not allowing ourselves to be affected by unforeseen factors. Using difficulties as opportunities for growth. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that difficulties are not to be avoided but are opportunities for learning and growth. The challenges we encounter in life provide opportunities to cultivate patience, self-control, and wisdom. Instead of viewing difficulties as negative, we can transform them into tools for our personal development. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic thinkers, once said, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path." Every challenge we encounter can be turned into an opportunity if we know how to perceive them positively and proactively. Benefits of applying Stoic philosophy in life. Living with freedom and serenity. One of the greatest benefits of adopting Stoic thinking is the feeling of freedom and serenity in life. When we are no longer swayed by things outside our control, we feel a greater sense of inner peace. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept the present and not be haunted by the past or anxious about the future. Enhancing the ability to endure difficulties. Stoicism cultivates the ability to endure and effectively confront challenges, rather than being overwhelmed by difficulties. Stoics learn to keep their minds calm and prepared to face any situation. This not only helps them overcome challenges but also strengthens them after each encounter with hardship. Maintaining perseverance and determination. Stoics do not easily give up when faced with challenges. They understand that success does not come from avoiding difficulties, but from the perseverance and determination to overcome them. Stoic thinking helps us cultivate resilience and the ability to focus on long-term goals, even when the path ahead is fraught with obstacles. Increasing wisdom and self-awareness. When facing challenges, applying Stoic philosophy not only helps us overcome obstacles but also aids in developing wisdom and self-awareness. Stoicism enhances our understanding of ourselves. When confronted with tough situations, we engage in self-reflection, assessing our emotions, behaviors, and decisions. This allows us to gain a deeper understanding of our strengths and weaknesses and fosters our wisdom in addressing various issues. This self-awareness helps us remain calmer in stressful situations, easily recognizing negative thoughts and actions, and replacing them with positive thoughts and actions. In the long term, this leads to personal growth and the ability to make more informed decisions in life. Building positive relationships. Another benefit of applying Stoic thinking in life is the improvement of relationships. Stoics tend to maintain a clear and calm mind, which makes them less affected by negative emotions like anger or jealousy. This helps them become more understanding and composed in their relationships, allowing for easier forgiveness and acceptance of others instead of creating conflict or division. Stoics also value fairness and compassion, two essential elements in building positive relationships with others. By controlling their emotions and maintaining a positive attitude in the face of adversity, Stoics often become the individuals others turn to for advice or support. Specific techniques to cultivate Stoic thinking. One of the famous exercises in Stoic philosophy is the technique of negative visualization. This involves imagining the worst-case scenarios that could happen in the future. allowing one to learn how to accept and prepare for them. When we anticipate undesirable outcomes, we worry less when they occur in reality. This helps to calm the mind and prevents us from falling into panic or shock when facing difficulties. For example, we might imagine that one day we could lose our current job, be rejected in a relationship, or fail in a personal project. By practicing this exercise, we become ready to embrace any scenario with acceptance and resilience. Analyzing and facing emotions. Stoics do not avoid emotions but learn to analyze and confront them. An important technique is to ask ourselves when we feel angry, fearful, or sad, where does this emotion come from? Is it reasonable? Does this emotion serve a purpose? Rationally analyzing emotions helps us understand the underlying thoughts and find ways to control them rather than letting emotions dictate our actions. We may realize that many worries or anger are unnecessary or stem from an inability to control circumstances. Once we understand the root of our emotions, we can learn to change our perspective and reactions to situations. For instance, instead of allowing fear of the future to dominate, we can remind ourselves that we cannot control everything and that we will face every challenge with calmness and patience. Practicing daily gratitude. Gratitude is a vital component of Stoic thinking. Stoics believe that no matter how difficult life may be, there are always positive aspects to be grateful for. Practicing daily gratitude helps us maintain an optimistic spirit, even in the darkest times. Each day, take time to reflect on the good things we have, be it health, family, friends, or simple pleasures like a delicious meal or a productive workday. This practice helps us maintain a positive outlook while preventing us from overly focusing on difficulties or failures. Focusing on action rather than outcome. Stoicism encourages us to focus on the process and actions rather than worrying excessively about the outcome. While results are something everyone desires, Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot control all the factors leading to a final outcome. What we can control is our actions and reactions. By focusing on current actions, we will feel less pressure about success or failure. This not only reduces stress but also allows us to work more effectively, as we concentrate on each small step in the process instead of worrying about what will happen in the future. Confronting death and the finite nature of life. One of the profound principles of Stoic philosophy is facing death. Stoics do not view death as something to fear but as a natural part of life. Philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Live each day as if it were your last." Recognizing that life is short and cannot be prolonged encourages us to cherish each moment. This does not mean we should live in fear of death, rather, it helps us to live more fully and meaningfully. By acknowledging that everything is limited, we learn to prioritize what is essential and not waste time on unnecessary matters. Applying Stoic thinking to real-life situations. When facing failure at work. Work is one of the areas where many people easily feel pressure and stress. When encountering failure at work, instead of blaming ourselves or the circumstances, Stoic thinking encourages us to view failure as a lesson. Ask yourself, did I do my best? Is there something I can improve? Instead of letting fear of failure control us, we can learn to analyze the failure objectively and seek opportunities for growth from it. Additionally, remember that success or failure is not the most important thing. What matters is that we did our best and maintain persistence in our actions. When confronting loss or grief. Loss and grief are inevitable parts of life. However, Stoic thinking helps us view loss differently. Stoics do not see grief as something to avoid but rather learn to accept it as a natural part of life. Instead of drowning in sadness, they seek to remember the good things that loved ones brought and view loss as a natural part of the life cycle. In this way, they can maintain calmness and mental strength when facing painful events. When encountering financial difficulties. Financial difficulties are one of the main causes of stress and anxiety for many. However, according to Stoic thinking, the value of life does not lie in material wealth but in how we face challenging situations. Instead of overly worrying about losing material possessions, Stoics focus on maintaining calmness and mental strength. They believe that everything in life can change, and material wealth should not be seen as the condition for happiness. More importantly, Stoics understand that they always have the ability to control their thoughts and actions, even in the toughest financial times. When confronting criticism or judgment from others. In life, no one can avoid criticism or judgment from others. However, instead of letting criticisms hurt us, Stoic thinking encourages us not to place too much importance on others' opinions. Stoics understand that not every criticism is accurate or valuable. They learn to differentiate between constructive criticism and unfair judgments. More importantly, they do not let others' evaluations affect their self-confidence and spirit. When experiencing disappointment in relationships. In relationships, we may sometimes face disappointment, whether from friends, family, or romantic partners. Instead of letting these disappointments deeply hurt us, Stoics learn to accept that no one is perfect and that everyone has their limitations. When facing difficulties in relationships, Stoics do not seek to change others but focus on controlling their reactions. They learn to forgive and accept others' flaws while maintaining self-control in every situation. Practical Stoicism in different areas of life. The Stoic philosophy is not only valuable for facing personal challenges but can also be applied in various aspects of life. Here are some areas where Stoic thinking can bring significant benefits. In work and career. In the workplace, we often encounter pressure, stress, and ongoing challenges. Stoic thinking helps us to accept the uncontrollable. Many external factors can influence our performance at work. Instead of worrying about these, focus on what you can control, such as the quality of your work and your attitude. View feedback positively, instead of feeling hurt by negative feedback from superiors or colleagues. Consider it an opportunity for self-improvement. Remember that every criticism can be a valuable lesson. Maintain patience and perseverance. Career development is not always smooth. Keep in mind that success is a long journey, and Stoic thinking will help you stay motivated and patient. In personal relationships, Stoic thinking can also assist in building and maintaining good relationships with others. Accept differences. Everyone has different perspectives and ways of living. Accepting this will help you reduce unnecessary conflicts in relationships. Practice forgiveness. In every relationship, there will be times when you feel hurt or disappointed. Instead of holding grudges, learn to forgive yourself and others. This not only helps you feel lighter but also fosters relationship growth. Focus on positives, instead of only looking at others' flaws. Pay attention to their strengths and the good things they bring. This will help you build more positive relationships. In mental and emotional health, Stoic thinking can contribute to improving our mental health. Reduce anxiety and stress. By accepting what cannot be changed and focusing on what you can control, you will feel less anxious and be able to remain calm in difficult situations. Cultivate gratitude. Take time to reflect on the good things in your life. Gratitude helps shift your attention from negative to positive, improving your mood and mental well-being. Explore meaning in life. Stoic thinking encourages you to seek meaning in the difficulties you encounter. Consider challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. In social and community engagement, Stoic thinking can also be applied in social activities, helping you become a more active citizen. Face social injustice. When confronted with injustice, Stoic philosophy encourages you to accept that not everything happens fairly. Instead of feeling helpless, look for ways to take action to create positive change in the community. Engage in charitable activities. Stoic thinking motivates you to act for the benefit of others, not just for yourself. Participate in volunteer or charitable activities to contribute to society. Educate and inspire others. Share Stoic philosophy with those around you. By setting an example and inspiring others, you can create a more positive community. Specific techniques to cultivate Stoic thinking. To strengthen and develop your Stoic mindset, you can apply the following specific techniques. Pause and reflect technique. When faced with a difficult situation, take a moment to pause and reflect before reacting. Ask yourself, is this really important? Can I control this situation? What can I learn from this? This practice allows you time to think carefully and respond more rationally. Worst-case scenario method. Imagine the worst possible outcome in a specific situation. This will help you feel more prepared when facing challenges and reduce anxiety. Practice visualization meditation. Take time to meditate and visualize a life free of pressure and difficulties. Imagine yourself living according to Stoic principles and viewing every difficult situation as an opportunity for growth. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you can cultivate a resilient Stoic mindset that not only helps you navigate personal challenges but also enhances your relationships, mental health, and social contributions. Create a list of things you can control. List the things you can control in your life and those you cannot. From there, focus on what you can change, and accept what you cannot. Build a supportive environment for Stoic thinking. Your surroundings can greatly influence your mindset. Here are some ways to create an environment that supports Stoic thinking. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend time with those who have a positive and inspiring mindset. These individuals will help you maintain a positive attitude and encourage you to adopt Stoic thinking. Read books and materials on Stoic philosophy. Look for books and resources on Stoic philosophy to deepen your knowledge and awareness of this mindset. Works by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus are valuable sources. Join supportive groups or communities. Joining groups or communities with like-minded individuals will help you stay motivated and seek support from those who share your values. Stoic thinking and personal development. Stoic thinking not only helps you face difficulties but also fosters personal growth. Here are some aspects that this mindset can influence in your maturation and development. Self-exploration and value awareness. Stoic thinking encourages you to delve deeper into yourself. By learning to accept and face challenges, you'll discover your core values. This not only helps you identify what is most important in life but also lays a solid foundation for personal development. Developing self-reliance. Stoicism teaches that everyone has the ability to stand on their own. When you encounter difficulties, instead of relying on others, you'll learn to find solutions from within. This not only boosts your confidence but also creates a sense of achievement when you overcome challenges on your own. Emotional management. Stoic thinking helps you better understand and control your emotions. When you accept that negative feelings are an unavoidable part of life, you will no longer be affected by them. Instead, you can manage your emotions and maintain calmness in every situation. Resilience and perseverance. One of the key lessons from Stoic philosophy is building resilience. Life never goes according to plan, and difficulties will always arise. Stoic thinking helps you understand that enduring and standing firm in the face of adversity is a vital part of personal development. Stoicism and self-discipline. Stoic thinking is closely related to self-discipline. When you accept that you are the only one who can control your life, you will feel more responsible for every decision and action. Here are some ways self-discipline can be applied in daily life. Set goals and pursue them. Self-discipline helps you identify your goals and commit to achieving them. When you have a clear goal, facing difficulties becomes easier. You will learn to accept obstacles as part of the journey and not give up. Build positive habits. Self-discipline is key to forming positive habits. When you recognize the importance of self-care and personal growth, you will naturally develop good habits. Start with small things, like waking up early, exercising regularly, and maintaining a healthy diet. Monitor your emotions and reactions. Self-discipline also involves tracking your emotions and reactions. Take time to reflect on how you respond to challenging situations. You can note your feelings and thoughts, then adjust your responses to align better with Stoic thinking. The influence of Stoicism on social life. Stoic thinking is not only personally valuable but also positively impacts society. When more people adopt this mindset, society becomes more positive and compassionate. Here are some ways Stoic thinking can affect social life. Encouraging understanding. When people accept life's difficulties, they become more understanding and empathetic toward others. This leads to a less discriminatory and conflict-ridden society, where everyone can support one another. Creating positive communities. Stoic thinking encourages building positive communities where individuals can share experiences and support each other. As people learn and grow together, the strength of the community will grow stronger. Promoting social change. Stoic thinking can also drive social change. When individuals begin to act for the benefit of society and the environment, we will witness sustainable development and improved quality of life for everyone. Practical examples of applying Stoicism. To better understand Stoic thinking, we can consider some practical examples from everyday life. The story of Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison is one of the greatest inventors in history. Before inventing the electric light bulb, he failed thousands of times. Instead of giving up, Edison viewed each failure as a lesson and an opportunity to improve. His Stoic mindset helped him overcome all difficulties and ultimately achieve success. The story of Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, a psychologist, survived the horrors of concentration camps during World War II. He realized that even in the worst conditions, people can still find meaning in life. His book, Man's Search for Meaning, clearly illustrates Stoic thinking and the importance of seeking meaning even in the toughest times. Daily Stoic practices. To make Stoic thinking an integral part of your life, practice the following exercises daily. Write a Stoic journal. Spend time each day writing in a journal. Record your thoughts, feelings, and lessons learned from challenging situations. Remember what you've learned and how you faced them. Practice gratitude. Each day, write down at least 3 things you are grateful for. This will help you focus on the positives in life and uplift your mood. Meditation. Set aside time for daily meditation. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. This will help calm your mind and enhance your ability to concentrate on the present. Ultimately, learning to accept and face difficulties through Stoic thinking not only helps us navigate life's challenges more effectively but also fosters a strong spirit and resilience. Instead of letting unforeseen events dictate our lives, Stoic thinking encourages us to maintain self-control, focus on what we can manage, and accept what we cannot change. Practicing Stoic thinking is not a process that occurs overnight, it is a long journey requiring patience and perseverance. However, as we begin to view life through the lens of Stoicism, every difficulty will become an opportunity for growth, and each challenge will be a step toward genuine freedom and happiness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have the power to choose your response to any situation. No one can control your mind except you." And that is the essence of Stoic thinking, learning to control oneself in order to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. Conclusion. Stoic thinking is one of the powerful methods that help us learn to accept and confront the difficulties in life. By applying the principles of this philosophy, we not only find ways to cope with challenges but also develop self-control, resilience, and inner peace. In daily life, difficulties and challenges are unavoidable. From work pressures and personal relationships to larger crises, every situation presents an opportunity for personal growth. Stoic thinking encourages us to view difficulties as valuable lessons, thereby creating a solid foundation for personal development. Moreover, this mindset holds not only personal value but also positively impacts society. When individuals learn to accept and face challenges, we cultivate a more positive living environment where everyone can support and understand one another. This leads to a more cohesive society where compassion and empathy flourish. Additionally, practicing Stoic thinking daily through journaling, meditation, and practicing gratitude helps us manage emotions while reinforcing self-discipline and accountability. This journey is not easy, but every small step brings about significant changes in our lives. Finally, see Stoic thinking as a companion on the path to personal development. Accepting and confronting difficulties not only makes us stronger but also allows us to live a fuller, more meaningful, and peaceful life. Start today and explore the infinite power that Stoic thinking can bring to your life. Wishing you success and happiness on your journey.